For almost 30 years, Voller Law Firm has been winning serious injury and death cases for clients. They have collected millions of dollars on behalf of their clients and belong to the prestigious $1 Million Advocates Forum. When insurance or a wrongdoer won't pay for what they took from you, go with an award-winning firm with a track record of results. At Voller Law Firm, results matter. Make sure you go with lawyers that have the experience, ability, and financial power to hold those that hurt you accountable. Put your trust in Voller Law Firm. Give them a call at 662-323-0083.
You're listening to Thunder and Lightning on SuperTalk Mississippi, covering Mississippi State sports like nobody else. With Sports Talk Mississippi's Brian Hadad and Robbie Faulk of On3 Sports. Now get ready for Thunder and Lightning.
This is Thunder and Lightning here on Super Talk Mississippi. Brian Hadad and Robbie Faulk here with you on a Monday morning. Thanks for joining us at supertalk.fm or wherever it is that you get podcasts from. We appreciate you guys out there, our great listeners, especially our servicemen and women out there taking care of us. I want to thank our sponsors over at Strange Brew Coffee House and Churn and Spoon Ice Cream. Start your day the right way with a trip to the drive-thru over at Strange Brew Coffee House here in Starkville or at Brupolo over in Tupelo. It'd be a little weird, Robbie, if Brupolo was in Patmos.
That would be a little weird. Like the Isle of Patmos?
Yeah.
John, the Revelator, was sent to the Isle of Patmos.
I'm going to assume there's some similarities in there for sure. It's located on the Sunflower River, and in 1906, it had a population of 20.
Okay.
So I don't know what it has now, but, you know.
Everybody knew everybody, that's for sure.
Yeah. Imagine, like, who lives down there? I don't know. I hadn't met them. What?
How?
Yeah. Wherever you are in our great state, you can enjoy Strange Brew Coffee each and every morning. It's just a click away at strangebrewcoffeehouse.com. Sorry, there's a meme about something and it made me laugh. You wouldn't get it, but I did.
It's
anyway.
like the Joker meme.
It kind of. Yeah, kind of. Anyway.
Is it soccer?
It is soccer, but it's also college football related. So.
Okay.
The Mississippi Beef Council wants to remind you that beef, it is what's for dinner. If you're cooking out this weekend, nothing beats the sizzle of beef on the grill. I do have to say something that you'll laugh a little bit, I think. I felt bad last night. I used one of those when we went to see that cow get processed.
Yes.
The guys, the good folks, our good friend Andy gave us a little swag bag, right? Mm-hmm. It had like this little cutting board in it, right? It said beef, it's what's for dinner on the cutting board. I made pork chops last night, and I had them on the cutting board. I was like, this isn't right.
Constant reminder. That beef is what's for dinner, even when you're eating pork.
I felt like I was being watched the whole time.
Even when you're eating pork, beef is
still what's for dinner. Whatever you are in our great state, if you want to enjoy great cooking out we've had 3 straight weekends where state away from, if you're not traveling to the games. Yesterday was all about college football. We're going to talk about that in just a second. You should be cooking out with some beef. Beef, it's what's for dinner, thanks to our friends, the Mississippi Beef Council. College Corner, collegecornerstore.com is the place to find the maroon and white merchandise that you are looking for, and you certainly are looking for it. Whatever it is, maroon and white. If it's not just about clothing, it's, if you got stuff for your house, for your car, for your tailgate, it's all right there at College Corner. The holidays are almost upon us, and if that means one thing, it means you need to be getting to College Corner to help out the Bulldogs and the Rebels in your life with a trip to College Corner. 2 locations in the Jackson area, originally by Fleet Feet, followed by the Half Shell, or shop online, collegecornerstore.com. Restaurant Tyler is Starkville's flagship restaurant. For lunch, dinner, or Sunday brunch, best meal in town is always going to be at Restaurant Tyler. If you are in Starkville around lunchtime, I can't give you a better suggestion than to go to Restaurant Tyler and enjoy their blue plate. Fried chicken, fried catfish, hamburger steak, pork chops. They've got it all. Great selection of veggies. Fantastic cornbread. And it's a great value, too. We're talking about, $12 for a meat, 2 vegetables, and cornbread, and a drink? That can't be beat. So if you want to enjoy a fantastic lunch today, I know where to eat. No, not today. It's Monday. Monday, they're closed. But tomorrow and any other day, you can go to Restaurant Tyler. Priority One Bank, 16 locations here to serve you throughout central Mississippi. Let PriorityOneBank.com be your guide and show you how they're not only going to help you invest and manage your money, but how they're going to help you prepare for the future. Now more than ever, when you have questions about your money, you need answers, you need to talk to the good folks at Priority One Bank because they know you the same way they know your money. Let Priority One Bank make you their priority. Off week for Mississippi State. Robbie Faulk, when I tell you that the quad box was on my television at 11 a.m. and didn't come off till about 10 p.m., you know I'm telling you the truth.
Well,
it was you had a birthday party yesterday for our little natty.
Yeah, and it was quick and painless, and I'm not, poor Natty, I'm not discouraging her birthday for it. But, Saturdays in the South, if you're a man, you got to be in front of a TV all day.
Yeah.
But I did get a chance to see the second quarter and beyond of those 11 a.m. games, so I didn't miss much, and I also enjoyed a good birthday party. But, yeah, and the games were up and down. There was some good games, and there were some not-so-good games. We were deep into the night last night watching some good football, though. And that's the crazy thing about college football right now is if you just kind of strip away all the crap, the NIL and, the transfer portal, if you're just looking at it objectively and you don't know anything about all the other stuff, if you just sat down and you just watch these games and you saw upsets happening the way that they are, you would say this is an awesome product. Like the product right now is really good because we have an Indiana going to Oregon and winning a ball game. And we have Auburn on the verge of beating Georgia during the middle of a season that's a little tumultuous for Auburn, but they're still fairly competitive. But there's so much more parity in football right now because of all this chaos that's happening. It's making for some great ball games, and I know we'll get to some other things with the coaching changes that are happening right now. Insane. We have Oregon State, Penn State, UCLA, Arkansas. Who else is open right now? I mean, we're 6-7 weeks into the season, and we have major jobs that are open right now.
And jobs are going to come. Let's talk about, real quick, before we get into anything Mississippi State related. I was telling Robbie, I'm sitting there at the studio waiting on him to show up. I had the YouTube TV up watching the Saints, and I get an email, and I just see that it's from On3. Breaking Penn State, and I just said, no bleeping way. No way they did this, and I'll be damned if they didn't. James Franklin out. This is a guy.
I think you and I would have both said it's coming, but it still doesn't make it any
less number crazy. 2 in the nation 3 weeks ago.
And they were, if they win that game against Oregon, you have a case for number 1. I think Ohio State.
They've been number 1.
You think they passed Ohio State?
They jumped them.
At the very least, they're number 2.
Yeah.
And in 3 weeks, out. And you lose to UCLA, who was looking historically bad when they played them, before they played them. You lose to Northwestern.
At home.
It just happens that way, man. This is the world that we live in now. No one is safe. If Kirby's smart, we talked about it before. If Kirby Smart went 6-6,
he'd be in trouble.
He'd be in big trouble.
Well, nobody's about this. Jimbo Fisher showed us the way. If your athletic director and your boosters, more importantly, want you gone, you are gone.
Yes.
It's just that simple.
Stop saying the buyouts too much.
Buyouts are never too much, all right?
Kentucky's saying, well, you can't fire Mark Stoops. Nope. If somebody wants to pay the money to get him out.
Absolutely can pay it and get him out of there.
And guys, too, they aren't just writing a check for $48 million to James Franklin. These are paid in installments. Whenever the TV's like, pay, let's sell this Tupperware set for just 4 easy payments for $9.99.
Yeah.
That's what this is, except for it's $48 million.
And almost all of these contracts have a mitigation clause, and Franklin will get a job next year.
Yeah.
And
somebody else will
somebody will be paying a part of that. I don't know if we talked about it here, but I know we did on Sports Talk Mississippi. It felt like the best case scenario was for Penn State to maybe go 9-3 and miss the playoff. And then Franklin could just kind of walk away, be like, I need a new, I'm ready for a new challenge, blah, 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 and then go take the Florida job or whatever. Now, if you're Florida, how are you selling your fans on hiring? I don't know. He may have poisoned his own well here. I don't know what happened.
I mean, this is
crazy. What a great weekend of college football, too. Great games, but that is just shocking to me. Even Richard Cross feels bad for me. He sent me texts like, I don't feel great that he lost his job. I don't want to make fun of the guy.
He blocked me on Twitter for. I think I said something.
Richard.
No. James Franklin.
I was about to say, I'll correct that.
No.
Okay.
Richard doesn't blind me. James Franklin last 3 years, 11-2, 10-3, 13-3. And last year was the best season that they've had in, let's see, the last time. Joe Paterno won 12 games in 86. That was the last time they won 12 or more, obviously, and we're in a different era.
It's
now.
a different era.
But still, Penn State was in the Final Four last year.
Yeah.
They were a win away from the national championship. And before the Oregon game, they had won like 6 out of the last 7 or something crazy like that. And he's gone. Is this Penn State's Mark Richt? Except for he was probably more successful than
what's the question, though? Is like, who do they – if our friends Ben Portnoy and Stefan Kroshnick are listening.
Kurt Cignetti is the guy.
I feel bad, but
I said it yesterday to them, and I felt bad when I sent it, but
you're right.
I think Kurt Cignetti is the obvious choice here for Penn State.
The floor is Mullen.
Yeah.
That's the floor.
And they're not happy with Mullen, I promise you. They will not.
They would not be happy, but he would kill it there. I guarantee he would do well.
It's his stomping ground.
He would do well.
That's been a place since he started.
He wanted to go there.
We've heard
he wanted to go there when they hired Franklin.
Yeah. So I don't. This feels like a Mark Richt situation, but who is going to be Kirby Smart?
Yeah,
Can you hire a Kirby Smart?
I don't know.
The expectations there are astronomical. And they haven't won anything major in a long time.
Yeah.
They won the conference in his 3rd year.
Yeah.
But
his record against good teams is bad.
Yeah.
And now back to back.
He hasn't beaten a lot of really good teams. Mm-hmm. Last year he kind of exercised some demons because he won 2 football playoffs.
Who did they beat?
Who did they play?
SMU and Boise.
Yeah.
They didn't beat real power teams.
That's true.
So I mean, yeah, it's
crazy. It was one of those deals where, he has been there now for over a decade, and they've been kind of middling by their standards. They have had about 5 or 6 10-win seasons, but they've also had a couple of years where they've been just above 500. And their fans are just kind of tired of it. They want to win championships, which is what they grew up watching with Joe Paterno and those great teams at Penn State. But there's so much out there now that it's going to be more and more difficult for them to do that.
Yeah, it's just not the same.
And the Big Ten is when you've added in Oregon and what they're doing now, and you've added in teams,
USC is 5-1.
USC, you got this travel across the country. It's going to be more and more difficult for Penn State to do what they did with Joe Paterno, but they still have those same expectations.
I agree.
When Joe Paterno was there were maybe 4 or 5 teams that dominated college football on a decade by decade basis. Mm-hmm. You had Alabama, you had Penn State, Nebraska had some good years there later on. These teams dominated college football in their conference. Mm-hmm. Penn State was it.
Yeah. Penn State was in a conference back then.
Penn State, yes, right. You had Ohio State and Michigan in the Big Ten that were with Woody Hayes.
Had Alabama, basically.
Yeah, so, Joe Paterno was in a different era. So you're at the point now where you have created just unreasonable expectations in a lot of ways, but at the same time, with their resources and how they've recruited, things like that, James Franklin should have been better than he actually was. He was good. He was really good. He was incredible at Vandy, doing what he did at Vandy when they had done nothing forever. Those couple of years he was there was just unbelievable.
I don't know if we mentioned it, by the way, it's also for Penn State. Drew Aller out for the year.
Drew Aller out.
Just a miserable Saturday for them.
And that's kind of probably why they do this. Their season's done.
Yes.
They're not making the playoffs.
Yeah, they can just move forward.
Just go ahead and worry about that. So now it turns to, where does James Franklin go?
Yeah, and then who do they bring in?
Where does he go? I don't know. What's the
That's fit? The thing, if they had just finished 9-3, 8-4, and he'd walked away at the end of the year, if Florida or Arkansas or somebody like that had hired him, they'd been like, okay, he just ran out of steam at Penn State, but still a great coach, right? Now it looks weird when you hire somebody.
I mean, if you are Arkansas and nobody's taking him at the top, I would take him.
I would
If
absolutely
I was
take him.
Arkansas.
But
I mean, I don't know about the fit,
I
but
thought-
he's a great coach.
this is the truest thing. People talk about NIL. It's going to make the rich richer. Three of the top 5 includes Indiana and Ole Miss right now.
I think we have put that to bed.
If you can, anybody can succeed in this NIL era. They absolutely. And Texas Tech is what, 6th?
Texas Tech
6th or 7th?
And still not really been talked about much, and they're just
cruising along in the
rolling.
Big BYU's undefeated too, so.
And so that we can kind of put to bed, like, it's only gonna, because Alabama has kind of, they're not as
if you have the right coach, you can win.
Yeah,
and your boosters are involved,
being well funded. But this is just another
thing,
coaching situation where, like, none of these guys are safe even after you go 13-3 the year before.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's do some things that are true. And I don't even have them written down, but I just will talk about them at length here. But that, of course, is brought to you by our friends over at Bell's Building Supply. Again, we've talked about the big green egg in the past, and that is the what's the word I'm looking for? The top notch grill. All right, that's the big daddy. If we're going to bring it in the kitchen, we're going to talk about the top name brand, the brand that says above all else, you have made an investment in your kitchen. Sub-Zero refrigeration, Wolf ranges, and Cove dishwashers. These are a true step up from anything else you can buy. And Bell Building Supply is happy to sell them to you and install them and show you everything you need to know about these elite products. If you want to make your kitchen the absolute best it can be, a Sub-Zero refrigerator, a Wolf range, or a Cove dishwasher, they are the BMW, the Maserati, whatever is the top car for you. That's what these are. And you need to go check them out at Bell Building Supply. They're happy to install, and their installation gets you a little extra room on that warranty. Check it out. Bell Building Supply has these products. You want to check them out. This is my main takeaway from yesterday, is that if you're talking about, I think that's true, like everything State would have liked to have happened didn't happen. So, obviously Ole Miss, you would have loved to see Washington State find their way, right? But that was unlikely. But I think you got enough out of that game, right? As a State person, you're like, Ole Miss struggled against a terrible non-conference team. That gives you some hope for the end of the season. So that was like the good thing, right? But
I think Florida not winning was good.
It was not good. It was good, but I would have liked to have seen that be a little bit more one-sided. Florida maybe trying to find some things there. Then you see Tennessee, Arkansas, and you're like...
It wasn't much better than State's final score.
No. Tennessee, Arkansas, you feel like, is Tennessee not that good? Is Arkansas not that bad? I think Arkansas's problems are all they're all defense, right? Mm-hmm. Like, they can score. That's not the issue. They've been scoring on everybody all year except for Notre Dame.
And I felt like they were going to get a boost with coaching change.
Yeah, and if that's their boost, good. They may have thrown it all out there, and then there was that. And then LSU, South Carolina, I would have liked to have seen LSU lose. Obviously, you and I split yesterday. I took Alabama, but I took South Carolina.
I was so close to going up 2 on you.
You were, but I felt I wasn't far away either. I thought
I know they both were.
South Carolina was in that game late. And I was like, I might get this.
I don't think LSU is that good.
They're broken. That's another one.
Brian Kelly.
I'm just telling you right now. We're sitting there talking about Franklin. Robbie, that's another one. If they do the thing here.
And he's not giving them the same results that
they nearly lost yesterday. They're at Vanderbilt this weekend.
I think they're going to lose that.
They say it's not undoable. Then they host A&M, who's hot right now. They got to go to Alabama. They got to go to Oklahoma. If they go 8-4, they're going to fire him. They're going to fire him.
That offensive scheme, whatever, it's not working. Good once.
It's not working.
Nussmeier's not having a good season.
Right. Then you have Auburn, Georgia.
Oh God, dude.
I don't really have a thing that is true so much as I just want to say that was incredible what we witnessed. A spectacle of officiating
malpractice.
First off, Robbie, I want to say this to you. I just want to say that, I'm your friend, and I really am proud of you. of all the things you've done in this life. You know, you're a great father, great husband, great writer, Mississippi Sports Writer of the Year. I just think you deserve a round of applause.
That's
That's how I clap. I don't know.
With your fingertips.
Does anybody else not? Isn't this how everybody claps? I thought this is how we clap. Oh my God, he lied to the officials and they bought it.
How can you blame him though? Like he has found a way. He's found a loophole to give his team an edge by acting like a complete idiot.
In the last 2 years, Kirby Smart has gotten away with calling a timeout that wasn't a timeout and said that he was clapping and shoving an opposing quarterback.
Like full arm extension.
Yes.
Shoved
him. Yeah. And didn't get a penalty called on him.
Yeah.
The guy, I mean, I don't
know. Among other things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything else is going on as well.
You and I, neither one of us want Auburn to win a game.
No, but even we were like, this is a bit much.
Even the biggest hater of Auburn could watch that. I saw Alabama people coming out and saying, this is laughable.
Yeah.
That was the touchdown was a little iffy for some people because the pylon cam was kind of grainy and all that. But it looked like he crossed the plane.
I want to point out, I saw an Instagram video today from Georgia. Clear 4K video of the same thing. I'm like, how do you have this on Instagram and the SEC didn't have it? If you watch the Instagram video, I don't think he got in.
You don't think he got in?
I don't think he got in. It's really tight though.
If they do say that was a fumble, which they did, how is that not a touchdown for Georgia?
That's another great question.
It reminds me whenever it was very similar. Like State was at Auburn in 2019. Yeah, 2019. And they picked up a fumble and ran it back.
2017.
17?
Yeah. Montez Sweat.
Fumble and ran it back for a touchdown.
And they blew the whistle.
And we were all like, that's 6 points.
You got to.
They reviewed it, found out it was a fumble.
But couldn't have a touchdown.
Because they blew the whistle.
Right. And that's when they changed the rule, I think. Or maybe that was already the rule.
Let the
play out, and then we'll come back and look at it instead.
But what a crazy game. And
what a great weekend, though. Great college football SEC weekend.
Auburn, too, though.
The other thing
hold on.
Yeah.
Let's be fair to Auburn, or not. Well, I guess this isn't fair. Let's be fair to the criticism that we're
fair.
Auburn had Jesus in their corner forever. I mean, think about the things that they've had go their way over the years. It's time for death to collect. It's time for the Grim Reaper to come through. Bruce Pearl, you're out.
Yeah.
Bruce Pearl's out. You want to beat Oklahoma? Sorry. Nope, not getting that.
And now
you want to get 17-0 lead on Georgia? Nope. Sorry. So, we got to collect at some point.
Yeah. The other thing we forgot was that didn't go State's way. Texas is building some momentum. And then you wanted Oklahoma.
Their offense still didn't look good.
It didn't look great. But I would like Oklahoma to keep being undefeated so when they play Ole Miss, they have a lot to play for. I just don't know. Right now, I think the SEC championship game is going to end up being Alabama versus Texas A&M.
Here's the thing, though, about the Oklahoma and Texas. It's a rivalry.
It is a rivalry.
And it's a neutral site game.
Yeah.
It's literally split down the middle. So who knows about either one of those teams. And John Mateer he's
not 100%.
2 weeks away from having surgery.
Yeah.
He's not ready yet.
I want to say, they haven't scored a touchdown on Texas in 2 years. As bad as State's been these last 2 years, they've put touchdowns on the board against Ole Miss. That's a crazy stat. It's like they're going on by the time they get to next year, it's going to be almost 1,000 days since they scored a touchdown on their rival.
I thought Oklahoma's defense was good.
They lost the game because they turned the ball over.
I laughed at the whole Brent Venables coming in all right, I'm taking over defense now. I thought that was silly.
Yeah,
it really has made
a difference. Yeah. And which is crazy. Normally that's
he's one of the best defense.
Always think about Hugh Freeze, I'm going to take over play calling, and it never works. Malzahn did it all the time too, and it's just something you say. But this is actually, you're correct. It's made a
funny. Those are the kind of guys that Auburn gets. It's like this. They're always making excuses for why their offense isn't working. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hugh Freeze he's in trouble. I mean, you talk about expectations. That is a program that is in the same state as one of the greatest college football brands ever, and that's who they have to point to every week. This is what you're competing against. And 6 wins ain't going to cut it. 0-3 start for 3 straight seasons in SEC play, that ain't going to cut it. That fan base expects a lot more. So
Here we go.
what happens with that job?
Hugh Freeze's record at Auburn. He's now 14-17 overall, 5-14 in the SEC, 7-16 versus Power 4, and 9-9 at home. You can't go on like that. So, also, well, you know what? Let's just hold on. Hold, please. Let's do this. I got not having the football game to talk us through things is messing with me today. But that's fine.
What is true?
Yeah, we didn't have a whole list there.
Okay.
What the only thing that stood out to me was that if you're a State fan and you could have cherry picked results, almost all of them went the other way that you would have liked for them to have gone. I'll just say that. All right, let's move into the rest of the show. That's brought to you by our friends over at Two Brothers Smoked Meats in the Cotton District, and of course the Older Brother. 2 fantastic restaurants. I got to eat at both of them last week. That's an outstanding week for me.
Yes.
When I get them both. And of course, anytime you're looking to have a great meal, the Cotton District is the place to go because that's where Two Brothers is and that's where the Older Brother is. And if you want to enjoy a fantastic lunch or dinner, well, just go see my good friends over at Two Brothers Smoked Meats in the heart of the Cotton District. Great products, great service. Every business likes to promise it to you. They deliver it to you at Advantage Business Systems. That's what they've been doing for 50 years.
50.
Just straight and to the point.
50.
If you need technology for your business, give Advantage Business Systems a call. If you needed any kind of a copier or a printer, if you need any kind of a computer or a laptop, they've got it. But more importantly, they've got you. After the fact, when you need service, they're going to be there for you each and every time. 601-362-9192 or visit them online, absms.com. Find out how Advantage Business Systems will help your business do business. I'm still going to win my fantasy game, it looks like, but once again, I have Rico Dowdle on the bench. That won't happen again. He'll be starting next week.
He has found his
niche.
Huh?
Yeah.
I see Dallas is doing their thing again on offense. Like whatever happens with Dallas this year negatively, it ain't Dak's fault.
No, I mean they got points, but anyway. Hey, before you head over to Davis Wade Stadium for the next time you're here in Starkville or for any sport, make sure you've got a trip to Maroon & Co. planned up. When you have got Mississippi State gear to buy and you're in Starkville, the only place to go is Maroon & Co. They have everything that you're looking for. They have all the name brands, all the logos that you want, all of the colors and whatever it is, they've got you taken care of at Maroon & Co. Use our promo code Thunder15 to save 15% off regular price. Some exclusions do apply, so I've been told. Before you go to Davis Wade Stadium, make sure you go to Maroon & Co. We are running out of weeks and days to mow the grass, all right? The winter is coming.
Thank God.
Well, you say that, though, but you like getting out there. Don't act like you don't.
I do, but now we're getting ready to buy up some fertilizer.
Well, I know someone who can help you with that as well, and that's our friends at Scruggs Farm Lawn and Garden because they sell everything you need. Everything you need to keep your yard and lawn looking tip-top is at Scruggs Farm Lawn and Garden. Hey, a great Christmas gift would be, a John Deere mower. Imagine telling them that, I know it's not time to mow, but when we get back out there in the spring, we've got this John Deere commercial mower for you to use. That's a great gift. 0% financing, up to 60 months in some cases. Good credit, bad credit. Let them talk to you at Scruggs Farm, Lawn, and Garden in Saltillo. So let's say you just bought a nice big piece of property out there, a few hundred acres, maybe 1,000 acres, and you've got some timber. You got to get that cleared off so you can start building. Who do you call? You call the good people at Good Hope Land and Timber Management. They have been 40-plus years in the business of taking care of you and taking care of property and taking care of all of your land needs out there. If you're purchasing land, if you've already bought land, if you just need to get some timber taken care of, Good Hope Land and Timber can get you taken care of. Go to their website, g-hope.com, or you can call them, 601-442-9888, or you can email them, info@g-hope.com, to find out exactly, tell them what your situation is, and they can tailor a plan for your needs. Good Hope Land and Timber, locally trusted, landowner approved. It's important a lot of things that happened. A lot of important things happened this weekend. But you and I are going to talk about something else that is also important.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Coffee is for closers, brought to you by Strange Brew Coffee House. Yeah, it's the holiday season, man. That means the pumpkin spice is flowing like wine over at Strange Brew Coffee House. Plus, delicious baked goods. My daughter came home from work last night, and she's like, try this. It was a sausage ball that they had made. It was the same size as like a softball. I'd never seen one like that before. And I was just like, yeah, I'll try it. And so I took a bite. I was like, delicious.
It was a meat wad.
Meat wad making honeys, G. Yeah.
Just a big snowball of sausage.
Yeah, if she had a shake, she could have Master Shake. Oh, my gosh. All right.
Aqua Teen hunger for.
I think in the conference, I think I got to go Oklahoma because they just crapped the bed against their rival. They had a chance to really put a hammer on Texas, by the way. If Texas loses that game and they're 3-3, they're just looking around going, what are we doing? What happened? As it is, you gave them
at the top of the food chain.
Yeah,
for the SEC.
Oklahoma. I mean, you're probably number 3 or 4 in the country today. So there's that. But I want to give it to Oklahoma, but I'm not going to. I love giving it to the officials. What a joke! Every year it's this. Every year, This is a $1 billion industry. The SEC is $1 billion with a B. Mm-hmm. And we can't get these things right. We cannot get these silly little things right. We cannot get officials that we can trust. So if I read it right, the last minute 20 of the first half of Georgia-Auburn took 39 minutes of real time.
And they didn't know what they were doing.
They had no idea.
It's like you call yourself the standard of college football, and you do everything in that vein, but you can't officiate a ball game.
Right.
And it's not only like you can't officiate the ball game, we can't trust you to make the correct calls. That's why people think there's a conspiracy with some of these teams. That there's always been a conspiracy about Alabama protecting the top of the line. Georgia, like people believe that you're out to stop teams that are below that line from upsetting those teams because of the calls that you make throughout the game.
Yeah.
And, I think that it's definitely arguable about the touchdown play in the Auburn game. The overturning the timeout thing is just insane. Whether or not I've seen people say I was not calling a timeout. I mean, it's too bad.
The rule book apparently says that once the official signal timeout, that's it.
Yeah.
You are charged with timeout.
Yeah, I mean,
there is no getting out of that.
We accidentally heard it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, that you got to do a better job of whatever you're signaling in.
Yeah.
But that's the problem is like every single year we have this issue and it hasn't been rectified. It hasn't been fixed. And you're supposed to be holding yourself to the highest standard. You know what would help in this, or at least move things in the right direction? Make them available to the media after the game.
It would help.
If they have to answer for their decisions and they can explain those decisions out.
Couldn't hurt to do that.
Just sending out a statement when you screw up, that doesn't do anything. It just pisses people off more.
Yeah.
And that's not the way to handle it. Yeah. Make these people available. They're making good money. These referees are making good money.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Put them in front of the press. We have questions about this and that. You explain how the process.
They do that in the NBA, right? They do a pool reporter.
Well, they do that in college as well.
Yeah.
They just don't do it every game, I don't believe. So that is what I would do. I would put these people in front of the media and have them answer questions. Why should we have to force a 19-year-old kid and listen, I think they should answer too. They're making money. They are basically adults at this point. They should answer for decisions throughout the game. But if they have to do it, why can't this guy do it? Because he impacts the game in a very similar fashion with the call that he makes. They should have to answer for that.
I agree.
And maybe not every game, but if there's something like this, they should have a special press conference for it.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. Nationally, I wanted to go Penn State, but now I feel bad. So we'll stay in the Big Ten, though. I don't think Michigan's that good.
They're not.
You know, they went to USC and got handled. That's not a great USC team by any stretch of the imagination. So they're just not that great. And Sherrod Moore, I mean, I don't have a Big Ten helmet schedule. Hold on, Robbie, but let me just take a look at the Michigan schedule.
We finally have a touchdown in the Pittsburgh-Cleveland game, but go ahead.
Michigan does have a relatively easy schedule the rest of the way. They play Washington. They should beat them. Michigan State's not any good. Purdue's not any good. Northwestern, maybe dicey. Maryland, not any good. And they have Ohio State. If Ohio State can't beat this Michigan team, I don't know. But you won the national title 2 years ago, and now you're not going to be able to be in the playoff for the second straight year. I mean, Sherrod Moore's, his seat's going to get a little warm. I think it is. So
the hilarity of Dave Portnoy coming out yesterday and taking a screenshot of Ole Miss struggling with Washington State and then turning around and his team
loses,
was great.
Yeah,
I love the people that are fans and media of like the Big Ten and the ACC. Like Danny Cannell is a big Florida State guy, and all they do is complain about the SEC's overrated, and then you look up and Florida State's lost 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
Which is another job that could very well open up this year.
That's another one for sure. Norvell is not safe by any stretch of the imagination there.
This is a year where, like, Mississippi State, teams like that, you do not want to be in the coaching searching business.
Like Kentucky?
Kentucky
might just hold on to him just to be like, we don't want to get in this market.
Don't you think they could get Summerall?
That might be that Summerall might be their shining light. But what if somebody like Penn State says, hey, we want you?
I think that would be idiotic to take the Tulane coach, though.
I mean, if you're Penn State, you can do better. But
yeah,
what if Florida really puts out a big offer for him? And Florida could do that. Arkansas could do that. I don't know.
And that's another thing is like Napier. How does he still have a job and James Franklin got fired? That is insane.
I want you to listen to what I'm saying to you.
James Franklin is almost 60 games above 500.
This weekend is his last game. They have a bye week next week.
Yeah.
Win or lose, I think.
If State beats Florida, he will be fired.
But even if they win, if it's not an impressive win, they might get him. I mean, remember they fired Jimbo.
They did
after winning 51-10.
That was insane.
So, all right. But normally we would just cut it there. But I want to talk about this little baseball here. First of all, I hope you guys caught and enjoyed my interview with Ace Reese. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
This Diamond Dog Classic Friday. That is November where's the date?
7th.
The 7th. Yeah, there it is.
Friday night
before the Georgia game. When they announced this, Robbie, I really thought this was going to be like, okay, this is going to be like some guys from the 70s, maybe some of the 80s. And, it'll be fun, but whatever it is. This is like, there are guys who are playing Major League Baseball that are going to be in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Frazier's in this game. Jake Mangum is in this game.
It's a stacked.
I mean, these are guys who've played recently. This is going to be a lot of fun.
It was cool seeing some of the guys in there that we've kind of forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Turner, Tyler Moore.
Yes, Brandon
Devin
Turner
Jones.
was a great hitter. Yeah, somebody you totally forgot about.
And then you got
Nick Rout.
Nick Rout, great player. Like Jonathan Papelbon's going to get out there, and Mitch Moreland.
Yep,
Awesome.
Ross Mitchell. I want to see what kind of heat is he bringing.
Rubber arm Ross.
64. Just let's go.
I love that guy.
Cole Gordon, friend of the show. Cole Gordon, Connor Powers.
That one team has Dakota Jordan, Connor Powers, and Hunter Renfroe.
Yeah. They could have
3 of the best home run hitters ever.
And Cole Gordon could get out there and swing the bat. Put the bandana on.
And I think that's Rafael Palmeiro's.
That's Team Lightning. Yeah. Also, I just want to point out Brandon Smith's on the scene. Hey, Brandon. Colby White also probably throwing 98.
Oh,
Can't
my God.
wait to see this.
He was just playing earlier
not long
this
ago.
year.
Yeah, Nick Vickerson's on that team as well. This is going to be a really cool event, I think. They might have 10,000 people at this.
This is genius, too, because you actually have a fan base that could support something like this to, like, pay money for it.
Yeah.
But you also have the players that, like, the big names that are still available to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only going to grow because they have 40 guys in the minor leagues right now.
Yeah.
Those guys, when they give it up, are going to be so good.
They'll want to play. Yeah.
This needs to be an every-year thing. You can raise a ton of money for NIL doing it.
You know what's funny is they could do this again next year, and they could really make the rosters kind of really different. Like
yeah.
a lot of guys that played this year don't have to play next year for it to be exciting.
Well, and another cool thing about it is they're probably going to have guys there that, I don't know about the schedules of it, but I mean, you could get
Like
Brent Hooker,
Brooker's
Brandon
not
Woodruff,
not on the yeah. Well, Woodruff. It
Nate
might depend if they could somehow do us all a favor and beat the Dodgers.
Would it be that deep in the
if they go to the World Series. It could.
November?
It could be.
I was trying to think of the schedule, but still, I mean, there's going to be guys there that aren't involved in this game. So the names that are going to be there are just going to be awesome.
Yeah,
and they're also having a golf event on Thursday,
and that's straight for the Bulldog Initiative.
Mossy Oak. So they're raising a ton of money.
Yeah, this is really cool. Hope you guys will come out and support it. Should be a lot of fun. All right, tomorrow we've got Levy tomorrow morning. So we'll come back and tell you what he had to say. We'll do our picks. We're still tied. I got Alabama right, but got South Carolina wrong.
Turned out to be a really good decision for us to do the Alabama. Missouri.
Yes, we would have had an issue on that. But as it is, still tied, and we'll see what happens next week. All right, guys, talk to you again tomorrow. For Robbie Faulk, I'm Brian Hadad. Thanks for listening to Thunder and Lightning here on Super Talk, Mississippi.